I have this like 3-step process that I call following your heart. That is like one of the very first like frameworks that I came up with in business. I'll just share that during the meditation. How about that? I'll just guide you through these 3 little steps of following your heart. It's really, really good for getting on the right track, for manifesting, for aligning yourself with your higher purpose. It's a very, very useful place to start. All right, so I'll just do that for just a few. We'll just be quick here, maybe 10 minutes. Okay. So we can all find a comfortable position for meditation. Try to relax completely. We can allow ourselves to let go of everything on our mind. And for the next few minutes, we can be here now, just this meditation. So we can make a decision, each in our own way, to use this meditation to develop good qualities and not to waste this time with distraction. So just decide to be focused and to enjoy the next few minutes. We can connect to our breathing. Breathing naturally without trying to control your breath. Just simply follow it with your mind. Through following your breath, you can follow it. Follow your awareness deep into your heart. Just relax and get more centered, deeper and deeper within yourself. So the first step of following your heart is to do right with light, which means to do the right thing and not the wrong thing. And so right now in our life, there are some choices that we need to make. There is probably one thing that you know you need to do that you're avoiding doing. Just one, probably just one important thing that you know you need to do that you just haven't gotten around to doing. And also, there's probably one thing that you know you need to stop doing, but you keep doing it anyway. Maybe it's a bad habit. Maybe it's just a waste of energy. Maybe it's something that is unaligned, that you know is unaligned. You already know that it's not the right thing for you. What we need to do today is to decide to stop doing the wrong thing. We just decide today will be the last day that I do this thing. I'm not doing it anymore. This will free up enormous energy within your being and will align you in a basic, fundamental, earth-shattering level with divinity. A connection with divinity is not possible. Like your next level connection is not possible as long as you keep doing this thing. It is unaligning you in the deepest, most fundamental way. It is not sophisticated. It is simple and basic. So we decide today, I am not going to do this anymore. Today is my last day. And you hold this decision as long as you can. If there is something else that you know you should be doing already, just decide, I'm going to do it. Today, I'm going to start doing this thing, whatever it is. Just one thing that you will start doing today that is already on your mind, not a new thing. It's something you already know you should be doing. And you want to do it. Just decide, I'm going to do it. So, having made these decisions, we move on to the next step, which is aligning with the universe, aligning with the divine. The reason we do this is to gain divine assistance. If you try to manifest your goals or try to reach your best life, if you do it in a direction opposite of what divinity or what God or what the universe wants for you, it's like swimming upstream. It's very difficult. You'll face many obstacles. We want to go in the same direction as God, the universe, divinity already wants us to go. There is a divine consciousness that wants to take you to your best life. It already wants to take you there. It loves you more than you love yourself, and it knows best for you better than you know yourself. And so we just have to align with what divinity wants for us, with what the universe wants for us. And if we can align with it, then life gets really easy. And we get taken into our best life very effortlessly. So the way to align with it is to ask yourself these 3 questions. What am I really good at? What do I love to do? This is the first question. What am I really good at? And what do I love to do? You want to find something that matches both things. What am I really good at? And what do I love to do? Ideally, this thing helps you grow into a better person. When you do it, you lose track of time. You feel like you love it and you happen to be good at it, or to just have a unique expression of this thing. So some answers should be coming to you. What are you really good at? And you love it. What do you love? And you're really good at it. You should get some ideas. You should feel excited when you think of the right idea. This thing definitely doesn't detract from your growth as a human being. It does not stifle your soul. It doesn't make you feel small. It's probably the opposite. It helps you grow into becoming your best version of yourself just by doing it. So just contemplate this until you come up with some idea. One or maybe two, maybe three good ideas in your heart. I love it. I'm good at it. It helps me grow. Okay. The second part to this question is that we ask ourselves, well, first of all, by asking yourself these first three questions, we come up with our gift. This is our gift. This is a gift that the universe has bestowed upon us at birth. We were given this gift. It is something that you're good at and that you love and that helps you grow. It lights you up. You feel excited. Other people recognize you for being good at this as well, probably. This is your gift. Now, the second question is, how can I give it away? How can I help others using this gift? What is a way that I can help other people? I can put this gift into the service of humanity. Maybe not all of humanity, maybe just some of humanity. But how can I help some people using this gift? You should come up with some clear ideas of what you can do to help other people using your gift. This is like a purpose in life. This gives you a purpose or a direction. We, we've all heard the phrase, if you don't use it, you lose it. And this applies to your gifts. You will feel like you lose them as you don't use them. They will atrophy. You'll kind of forget that you have them if you don't use it. And also, there's a phrase in Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous that says, in order to keep it, you have to give it away. And they're talking about recovery. When somebody has recovery, In order to keep that recovery, they have to give it away. They have to help others to attain recovery as well in order to keep their own. This is a rule that they follow that seems to work. And so this is the same with your gift. Your gift, in order to keep your gift, in order to activate it, you have to give it away. You have to help people with it. So just decide right now to use your gifts in the service of others. Make a decision to help other people with the things that you're good at and that you love to do. And hold this decision as long as you can. It should feel purposeful, maybe exciting. It should feel like you're aligning with divinity, because this is what divinity wants from you. You will get massive, massive, massive help from the universe when you align and fully go all in to this purpose. It's pretty much the only way to get perfect divine help. So just decide, I'm going to go all in to this purpose. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to use my life to help others using my gifts. There's a chapter in Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Search for Meaning, where he's in a concentration camp and his whole family has already died. And he's a doctor, he's a psychiatrist, he's very skilled, he knows how to help people. And he decides to ignore all the rumors about which group is going to live and which group is going to die, and go with group A or go with group B or whatever. And he decides not to think about his own survival, but just to go with where he's needed most. He made a decision, I'm just going to go where people need me the most every day. I'm not going to worry about what they say, and taking care of himself. And as a result, of course, he made it out of the concentration camps alive with a meaning and an entire transcript of his life's work with him already written. You can do the same. You can just follow the path of service, helping others with what you're good at, with your purpose, with your gifts. And it will lead you to the best life. Number 3, the third step to follow your heart is to relax, let go, and surrender to the flow. So what generally happens when we follow the first 2 steps is that we realize that our life right now is not in full, perfect alignment with our purpose, with our highest calling. And we're kind of like stuck on the side of a river bank, holding on to the roots, holding on to the rocks. The divine flow is the water pulling us into our best life. Like the water is leading to the city of our best life. The city of enlightenment, the city of heaven on earth is where the water, the river is taking us. But we're holding on to something on the side of the riverbank because we don't want to let it go. There's something that we want to keep. There's something that is not in full alignment with our highest calling. That's probably what you're realizing if you do this meditation properly. And so what we need to do is to relax and let go. We need to let go of whatever we think is best for us because we don't really know. And we need to surrender to divine flow, to divinity. We need to go with where the universe wants us to go, because it really does lead us to our best life. The best way to let go is to stop holding on. We're holding on to something that we either think is good for us or that we're scared of letting go. Like a person struggling on the side of the riverbank. There's this phrase, let go or be dragged. There's also this cartoon of a person hanging onto like a rope on the side of a cliff, asking God for help. And God's like, let go, let go. But there's like a heavy fog. The person can't see anything. And they ended up hanging onto the rope and starving to death. But the ground was just a couple feet underneath their feet. If they had just let go, they would have been fine. This is like our life. We are usually hanging on to something that is not in our best interest right now. And it is contrary to our purpose to keep it. So here we want to surrender. Now, surrendering in general isn't positive or negative. It depends on what we're surrendering into. If we're very sure that we're aligned with divinity, the universe, if we know what it is, if we trust it, if we actually believe I'm connected to divinity right now, I know my purpose, I know my gifts, I know that I'm going to use them in the service of others, I know this is the right direction for me. If you're actually sure of those things, this is like looking the same direction that the river is taking you. In that case, you can surrender. You can just let go. Stop hanging on. And you'll go to the best life. I promise you, you'll go. There's no manifestation technique more powerful than this. You will just go. You'll just get taken there. It's so easy. So you can make a decision, right? Realize that you're hanging on to something that is not good for you. Just make a decision to let it go. To stop hanging on, to surrender instead. And having surrendered, you'll get taken to the best life, which is something to celebrate, something to be happy about. So you can just be happy that you did it. You went through the 3 steps, and now you know what you need to do. You can use this meditation again if you feel it's helpful. And we can make a prayer for everyone in the universe to be as fortunate as we are right now. May everyone experience good fortune greater than my own. And when you're ready, you can begin to open your eyes and arise for meditation. Keeping these beautiful new intentions and decisions in this surrendered state in your heart. Okay, I hope you found that useful. Did you guys like that? It went on for a little while. Yeah, I mean, the reason I came up, like one of the analogies that has come to me with these 3 steps is like, imagine that a person is in a maze. You're in a maze. The maze is made out of like concrete or cement, right? There's a radio tower at the other end of the maze where you're trying to get to. And the radio tower is the universal signal, which is trying to talk to you and tell you things. And you have your heart, which is your radio receiver. This is how you receive messages from the universe is this is what I feel. And so at the beginning of the maze, we are so far away from the source of the signal, and the walls are concrete that we just can't pick it up. We just can't tell what the universe is trying to tell us in the beginning of our journey. We just can't tell, but we do know the next right thing to do. And we know the next wrong thing to stop doing. We actually know it already. And the reason why there's so much interference in our channel, the reason why we're going in the wrong direction in this maze, we can't even pick up the signal, is because we're doing the wrong thing. And so if we just do the basics, if we just do the thing that we already know we should do, and if we just stop doing the thing that we already know we should stop doing, we'll start going in the maze in the right way to get closer and closer to that radio signal, so that it'll start to come in. And you'll start to like get a little faint signal. And then you do the second step, which again, you don't need a sophisticated inner work process to do the second step. You can do it just through contemplation, just through thinking about it. Oh yeah, I can, if I align with my purpose by doing what I love and what I'm good at and what helps me grow, and I use it to serve others, you'll aim in the right direction. Like, yeah, you'll refine it later. It'll get more refined later as you go, but it gets you in the right direction, and you start going and you get closer and closer to the source channel until you start being able to pick up the actual signal and feel what the universe is telling you. Like, you'll get direct messages. And then of course the third step really assists the first two. And again, like, then you're in your heart, then you're connected to your heart, and you're able to actually communicate with the universe and get the right channels, get the right signal. That's the analogy that makes this work for me. I originally designed it for people. Well, that explanation, well, anyway, I guess it makes sense, right? I'm sure that makes sense. And no matter what stage we're at, there's always something that we, whether it's subtle or whatever, that we know we should stop doing, that we know we should do. And there's more a refined, higher calling to get to. There's something that we're holding on to that we shouldn't. There's always something. So you just repeat the steps and they just keep working. That's what I find. I use them all the time. This is how I've changed my life many times, multiple times, just using these three things. It's really amazing. And they go with other practices pretty well, I would say. This is a technique that I use when I need to create merit, when I need to create abundance. Like, it's so funny to watch different people. Like, I've been business partners with a few people, and I've even dated some of them, one of them for like almost 3 years, and I got to live with her. It's so funny to watch different people and how they respond when we start to get scarce, when like we start to like not have much money left, not know what to do next, our money is like really low. It happened many times to me, and it's just funny to watch what people do. And for me, what I noticed that I do is I don't panic, I don't go into survival mode. Instead, I just start serving and giving. I just turn on a Facebook Live, I create some videos for my clients, I create some content, I do things that, like, if you have a phone, you can serve from any location on earth because you have Facebook Live. You can just literally, you don't even need to have clients. You can just serve people, right? You can go around town with good intentions and bless people in your mind, but in particular, I like doing it in a way where people receive like your higher level gifts. So I'll just go online, I'll just try to start helping people. And it just gives me the merit that I need, and my wishes start to get fulfilled. Then I'm like, oh, I'll just do this thing. I'll just launch this thing. And like, the merit's there, so it works. That's what I do. People go into freeze mode where they completely freeze, get into survival mode. Obviously, like, it doesn't help. They know that it doesn't help, but they can't help it. But we need to learn how to help it. We need to learn how to calm ourselves. And the one thing that helped me to calm myself is that I did lose everything. I slept in my car for like a month. I smelled really bad because I was only showering in the ocean. I had no food for most of that time, or for a lot of that time. I was so tired and fatigued, I couldn't even go through a gentle yoga class without going in Shavasana for the whole time, basically, because I couldn't even do anything because I had no calories. And it brought me to the point of having nothing. And I had no choice but to surrender and accept. And now that I know, I've gotten that close. Nothing. I had some things though. I got closer than most people, and I realized I'm fine. I'll be fine. And so I don't panic if it looks like that's happening because I know I'll be fine. I know I'll be okay. And so I can just be calm and I just do the right thing, which for me looks like taking whatever my highest level gifts are and just helping people with those. And it just gets the energy rolling. It gets the energy coming back to you. That's what I do. I think it's really helpful. It's like a secret technique. I wish more people did it. If you have a video, if you have a phone, you can make video. If you can make video, you can help people in high level ways right now. And especially with Facebook Live. And if you don't want to do Facebook Live, record videos that you have the intention to give to your private clients. It creates the same merit. I get myself out of a funk like this all the time by making videos. Some people like, if someone, I don't share all my content anymore, but usually in the past when people signed up with me as a client, I used to give them this entire catalog of stuff. And they're like, John, why do you have so many videos? It's because I use making videos as a technique to get myself into my best state. Because when I make videos, I start channeling. And when I start channeling, I get into my best state. And when I'm giving those to people who really want them, it gives me abundance back. So anyway, hopefully that helps to explain what I do.